Hello, everyone, and welcome back to English Stories 101. I'm Sid, your host. Today, we have Sarah Martinez with me. Sarah, you discovered something about your family that changed your entire understanding of your identity. Can you tell us what happened?
Yes, Sid. When I was 25 years old, I found out that the woman who raised me, who I called mom my entire life, wasn't my biological mother. That discovery shook my world.
25 years. That's a long time to not know the truth. How did you find out?
It was completely by accident. I needed a copy of my birth certificate to apply for a passport. My mom, the woman who raised me, said she would get it for me, but she seemed nervous. She kept delaying. Finally, I went to the government office myself to request it.
And that's when you saw it.
Yes, when I received the birth certificate, I saw a different name under mother. Not Margaret Martinez, the woman I knew as my mom. The name was Elena Rodriguez. I stared at that paper for 10 minutes, thinking there must be a mistake.
What did you do?
I went straight home. My mom was in the kitchen cooking dinner. I put the birth certificate on the table in front of her and asked, "Who is Elena Rodriguez?" She looked at the paper and her face went pale. She sat down slowly and started crying.
That must have been so shocking for both of you.
It was, Sid. I was angry and confused. I said, "Mom, what is this? Why is someone else's name on my birth certificate?" She couldn't speak for a few minutes. She just cried. Finally, she said, "Sarah, please sit down. I need to tell you something I should have told you long ago."
What did she tell you?
She said, "Elena Rodriguez was my younger sister, your biological mother. She died when you were 6 months old."
Your aunt was your biological mother?
Yes, I felt like the floor disappeared beneath me. I said, "What do you mean she died? What happened? Why didn't you tell me?" So many questions flooded my mind at once.
How did your biological mother die?
My mom explained that Elena was only 19 when she got pregnant with me. The father didn't want to be involved. Elena was scared and alone. My mom, Margaret, supported her through the pregnancy. Elena gave birth to me, and for 6 months, everything seemed okay.
But then something happened.
Elena developed a serious infection after childbirth. She ignored the symptoms because she didn't have health insurance and couldn't afford to see a doctor. By the time she finally went to the hospital, it was too late. She died within 3 days.
How devastating. And you were just a baby.
I was 6 months old. My mom said that before Elena died, she held my hand and said, "Margaret, please take care of my baby. Raise her as your own. Give her the life I cannot give her." My mom promised. She adopted me legally and raised me as her daughter.
Why didn't she tell you the truth?
That's exactly what I asked her. She said, "At first, you were too young to understand. Then, as you grew older, I kept thinking I would tell you when the time was right, but there never seemed to be a right time. Years passed, and it became harder and harder to tell you. I was afraid you would hate me. I was afraid I would lose you."
How did you feel when you heard all this?
I felt so many emotions at once, Sid. Anger, confusion, sadness, betrayal. I said to her, "You lied to me my entire life. Who am I? Who was Elena? Why don't I have any memories of her?" I felt like my whole identity was a lie.
Did you say anything else to her?
I said some terrible things that I regret now. I said, "You're not my real mother. You had no right to keep this from me." She cried harder and said, "You're right. I should have told you, Sarah. I'm so sorry."
What did you do after that?
I left the house. I stayed with a friend for a week. I didn't answer my mom's calls. I was too angry and confused. I felt like I didn't know who I was anymore.
Did you try to learn more about Elena?
Yes, I went through old photo albums at my mom's house when she wasn't home. I found pictures of Elena. She looked like me, Sid. Same eyes, same smile, same hair. I stared at those photos for hours, crying. This was my biological mother, and I never knew her.
That must have been incredibly painful.
It was, Sid. I felt a grief for someone I never knew. I felt angry that she died. I felt angry that no one told me. I felt lost.
What happened next?
After 2 weeks, my mom came to my friend's house. She brought a box. She said, "Sarah, please, I know you're angry with me, but I brought you something. These belonged to Elena. I've kept them for you all these years, waiting for the right time to give them to you."
What was in the box?
Elena's diary, her jewelry, letters she wrote to me before she died, photos from when she was pregnant, my baby clothes, things Elena had touched and kept for me.
She wrote you letters?
Yes, I read them all that night. In one letter, she wrote, "My sweet baby Sarah, if you're reading this, it means I'm no longer with you. I want you to know that I loved you from the moment you knew you existed. You were not a mistake. You were my miracle. I'm sorry I cannot watch you grow up. Please know that I asked my sister Margaret to raise you because I trust her completely. She will love you the way I could have loved you. Be kind to her. She is doing what I cannot do."
What did you feel reading that?
I cried for hours, Sid. Elena wanted Margaret to raise me. She trusted her. She asked her to love me, and Margaret did exactly that.
Did your perspective change?
It started to, Sid. I realized that Margaret didn't steal me or lie out of selfishness. She kept a promise to her dying sister. She raised me with love and sacrifice for 25 years. She sacrificed her own life to give me a good life.
What do you mean she sacrificed her own life?
My mom never married. She never had her own children. She was only 23 when Elena died. She could have had her own life, her own family, but instead, she dedicated herself to raising me. She worked 2 jobs to pay for my education. She came to every school event. She stayed up with me when I was sick. She did everything a mother does.
She was your mother in every way that matters.
That's exactly what I realized, Sid. Biology doesn't make someone a mother. Love does. Sacrifice does. Being there every day does. Margaret was and is my mother.
Did you talk to her after this realization?
Yes, I called her and asked if we could meet. We met at a park. I said, "Mom, I'm sorry for the things I said. I was hurt and angry, but that doesn't excuse my words. You're my mother. You raised me. You loved me. You sacrificed for me. Elena may have given birth to me, but you gave me life."
What did she say?
She cried and hugged me. She said, "I'm sorry I didn't tell you sooner. I was wrong to keep it from you. But I want you to know that every day of raising you has been the greatest joy of my life. You are my daughter. You always will be."
That's beautiful. Did you ask her more about Elena?
Yes, over the next few months, my mom told me everything about Elena, her personality, her dreams, her struggles, her love for me. She showed me Elena's grave, which I had never visited because I didn't know it existed.
How did you feel visiting the grave?
It was emotional. I put flowers on her grave and said, "Thank you for giving me life. Thank you for trusting Margaret with me. I wish I could have known you, but I'm grateful for the mother you chose for me."
That's a beautiful way to honor her.
I realized that I didn't lose a mother when I learned the truth. I gained understanding of 2 mothers, Elena, who loved me enough to ensure I would be cared for, and Margaret, who loved me enough to dedicate her entire life to raising me.
And you honor both of your mothers now.
I do. I carry Elena's memory in my heart, and I show Margaret every day how grateful I am for everything she's done for me. I'm lucky to have been loved by 2 incredible women.
Sarah, thank you so much for sharing this deeply personal story with us. You've shown us that motherhood is about love, not biology.
Thank you for listening, Sid.
Dear viewers, Sarah's story teaches us important lessons. First, family is defined by love and commitment, not just by blood. Margaret proved that by dedicating 25 years to raising Sarah with love and sacrifice. Second, the truth, even when painful, is important. Secrets create distance. Honesty creates connection. Sarah and Margaret are closer now because they can talk openly about everything. And third, we can honor multiple truths at the same time. Sarah can love and appreciate Margaret as her mother while also honoring Elena's memory and sacrifice. Both women loved her. Both women shaped who she is today. So my question for you is, who in your life has shown you unconditional love? Have you thanked them? Have you told them how much they mean to you? If Sarah's story touched your heart, please like, share, and subscribe to English Stories 101 for more meaningful stories. Remember, family is not just who gave you life. Family is who loves you, raises you, and stands by you. Honor those people while you still can. Thank you for watching. I'm Sid, and I'll see you in the next story. Goodbye.